Yes, yes, yes. It's your boy Sportsnut, aka Akintunde, back with another one. Oh my God. So yeah, what? Remember Tracy Martin, the father of Trayvon Martin? And we've done several videos on him in the past on this channel and on the previous channel. You know, I've spoken about how, when the neighborhood that Tracy Martin was living in, I can't remember the name of it now, when they had the rash of crime. I mean, they just had an unprecedented rash of crime in that neighborhood, you know, in Florida, in that little gated community. It was a little community of complexes of apartments. And just a rash of crime that the residents of the neighborhood got together and tried to come up with solutions. The concerned residents, not all of them, the concerned residents. And they came to a conclusion that they needed someone to monitor the neighborhood because there were break-ins, robberies, and all the suspects in all the cases were black kids. This is well documented. This is not like some racist stuff. Black people's homes were being broken into. So this ain't racist where black people were saying the suspects were black. It's just like if you in your neighborhood, who killed your cousin? Okay? All right, who robbed your brother? Stop acting like it's always racist when somebody say a black person did. So yeah, so the neighborhood was in dire straits, and they needed somebody. They needed something to happen. So the little council they formed came up with the idea that they were going to have someone monitor the neighborhood as like a neighborhood watch. And they needed a volunteer. Not one black man from that community volunteered. Okay? In any capacity to help curtail the crime that was taking over that community. And this is with all the suspects being black kids, young black men. So you would have thought that the older black men in the community would have been like the Detroit 300. Remember the Detroit 300 who got taken down by the black women in Detroit? Because they didn't want them, rousing their sons off the corners and, all that stuff. Look up Detroit 300. I may get into that in this video, but similar to what the Detroit 300 did. What the Nation of Islam, y'all think I hate the Nation of Islam because I made a video saying that is it time for a critical analysis of Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan's, work in the black community. I just asked for a critical analysis. You Negroes got upset. But I know one thing, Clifton Terrace, Searching Quarters in D.C. back in the 80s, them damn Muslim men, them Nation of Islam men went in them toughest projects in the murder capital, Washington, D.C., the toughest city in the world at that time. Went in there with no guns. Okay? No guns. It shut shit down. Made it a peaceful environment where the regular citizens who weren't involved with the drug trade, the illicit drug trade, and weren't crackheads, where the regular citizens that just lived there could actually live in peace. Go look that up. Nation of Islam. Went in there with no guns. They went in Temple Courts and another neighborhood near Sherson Quarters, another treacherous neighborhood in D.C. in like 07, 06, 07. I think it was 07. Went into Temple Courts. It's now torn down. The building's been torn down, but it stopped with no guns, just suits and bow ties. They were the only weapons, suits and bow ties. It shut men. When black men take a stand, man, all that stuff shut down. Anyway, in this neighborhood, neighborhood Tracy Martin, not one black man volunteered. So it was left for George. George volunteered. They needed someone to patrol the neighborhood. And crime went down. It was a notice in the market reduction in crime with George's presence. Because, kids were breaking into homes. Young black kids were breaking into people's homes. Not just black people's homes. Hispanic people's homes. And, when Trayvon happened, then, everything went left. But I often criticize Tracy for not being one of those black men to volunteer or getting a group of black men like, look, man, this crime's bad around here. Let's get, and it's all black kids doing it. All the suspects is black. The black people are saying it was a black person that ran up in their home. It was a black person that bonked them upside the head. It was a black person that shot at them. It was a black person that stole this. It was a black person. These are black people saying this. Hispanic people saying this. Because I know, of course, white people just be lying for saying black people did stuff for no reason, right? So, why didn't the black men of the community come forth? Because it's a tough job. That's a tough job, dealing with these young black men. It's a tough job. They raised in homes with no daddies. And Tracy just went to live, and Trayvon went to live with his daddy because okay? He went to live with his daddy because the mama put him out, because he got suspended. There was a robbery he committed that the school, they put like this, they found all these items from the house in his possession, but they didn't want to charge him with it because, this new Democratic policy where they're not trying to. The school found him with all these things, a screwdriver, all these different items from a house that had been robbed, and the school didn't want to charge him with that. So, then he got suspended for some weed, little weed he had. So he had been doing a lot, and that's nothing, major. That's the stuff kids do. When I was that age, we was breaking up in cars, doing all type of stuff, bonking people upside the head, doing all type of stuff. He didn't deserve to die for that, Shit, God, no, I did all that stuff. All my homies, the only dudes I hang with in life right now, one just came home from doing 19 years in prison for robbery. The other just did 13 years on a murder. He's back in. The one who came home from doing 13 years on a murder, he's back in because his baby mother, his baby mother's dealing with some guy. He went over there with a gun. Long story short, she called the police. So, look, okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm judging Tracy or Trayvon. I just wanted to clear the record up that it would have been nice if Tracy would have volunteered for the neighborhood watch in the community, because him and George lived in the same community. And I put the pressure on George, a white Hispanic, to have to go, deal with these young black men on the streets. And then, whatever, since George was racist and he just shot Trayvon because he was black, he wasn't out there doing his job, what the community had asked him to. He was just out there to kill Trayvon. That was his sole intention. He said, I'm gonna kill Trayvon, even though Trayvon didn't live there until the day before. That was Trayvon's first day in the neighborhood. And that's why George was like, who are you? Like, even though this was stuff that George and the people in the community had thought way before Trayvon ever set foot in that apartment complex, fine. George just wanted to kill Trayvon. Fine, that's your narrative. Because he racist, evil, white Hispanic. If Tracy would have got his ass out there, none of this would have happened. So now, Trayvon Martin's father honors his son's legacy by getting an Egyptian pharaoh-inspired tattoo. You niggas in y'all Egypt theory. Y'all niggas ain't no damn Egyptians. Y'all West Africans. Why y'all keep chasing these damn Egyptians? Y'all niggas is crazy. But yeah, so Tracy Martin stopped by Chicago tattoo shop 9 Mag to talk to artist Van Johnson. To be Trayvon is a king. Well, why couldn't he be a West African king from Songhai, the great kingdom of Songhai, Mali, the great kingdom of Ghana? Not Ghana now, but the great kingdom of Ghana, the ancient kingdom of Ghana, the great kingdom of Angola. Shaka Zulu, the great Zulu kings. Why couldn't he be a king? Why y'all gotta make him a damn Egyptian? Y'all don't have nothing to do with them Egyptians. That ain't y'all. Black people are crazy. And the only people you can find to say that is black people. You can't find, this is my thing. The only people who say that the Egyptians was black is black people, right? What else have black people been right about? I'm saying, and we were wrong about everything. So what makes you think we right about that? The Egyptians now, they are Arabs. The Egyptians before that were Mamelukes. Then the Egyptians before that were Greeks. And way back in antiquity, like I'm talking about like 20,000 years ago, there were some darker people over there that probably were like, you know, East Africans, like kind of like Somali, you know, Ethiopian type people or whatever. That ain't you. You the West Africans from West Africa, the nappy-headed Negroes. The curly, kinky, coily-haired ones. Why y'all keep claiming this history that ain't yours? Okay. But yeah, the tattoo's dope. I ain't gonna hate on the tattoo, but nigga, you are not Egyptians. Trayvon got as much to do with the Egyptians as a Martian. He from West Africa. Your people came over on a slave ship, Tracy. Okay? Negro, you are a black man. You are Africoid. You are not no goddamn Egyptian. That self-hate be serious with niggas, man. Self-hate be so serious with niggas. Yeah. So let's see Tracy Martin. What they talking about online about Tracy Martin. When we start a love conversation, okay? You know what that is. Tracy Martin gives touching tribute to Trayvon with portrait tattoo. Okay. And shout out to Black Ink. Listen. I was a big Black Ink New York, Puma, Princess. Duchess. Sky, Caesar. All of them was my peoples. This new Black Ink Chicago took me a while to get into them. I ain't gonna lie. But, they grew on me. So shout out to them too. I love those shows, man. Black owned businesses. It's not easy running a business. They trying, they doing the best they can. Shout out to them. Definitely shout out to them. I love those shows, man. That show grew on me. I give them that. The Black Ink Chicago. I was very hesitant. I felt like I was cheating when I was watching that show. I ain't feel right. Oh shit. That nigga oh shit crazy as a motherfucker too. Okay. So Tracy Martin was in the Marshall movie. That's a good look. He was in the movie. I didn't know that him and Sabrina Fulton were in that damn movie. So George Zimmerman says he's homeless. Okay. And suffering from PTSD and is in $2 million in debt. The worst thing George ever did was sign up to be neighborhood watch in that damn community. I forgot the name of it. That was the worst thing he ever did. You should have just left them niggas alone, George. You should have left. George Zimmerman, man, and argue that. Well, he would have killed another black man. Argue that had he not volunteered for that, his life would be, we wouldn't know who he was, okay, first of all. So let's get that out the way. We wouldn't know who he was. We wouldn't know who Trayvon was. Hello. We wouldn't know who Trayvon was. Okay? Yeah, the retreat at Twin Lakes. This neighborhood. Townhouses. Okay? The retreat at Twin Lakes. Okay? Shitload of crime over there, okay? The retreat at Twin Lakes is a 260-unit gated townhome community in Sanford, Florida. The population of the development at the time of the shooting was about 49% non-Hispanic whites. Okay? So you have white Hispanic. Somebody got in my comment section said, what is a white Hispanic? It's a white person who speaks from a Spanish-speaking country who came here. Every Hispanic ain't black and every Hispanic ain't mixed. Some of them are white. Okay? You have it's on the census. Yeah, they just white people speak Spanish. What the fuck? Like, it's not even a complicated, like, theory. What's a white Hispanic? Like, some chick lost her mind in the damn comment section the other day in one of my videos. All I did was say that this person looks like they're white Hispanic. She lost her mind. What's what? A person who speaks from a white person from a Spanish-speaking country. Okay? They just speak Spanish. Fuck, not even a complicated theory. These are, like, we gotta get better, black folk. Like, these are simple theories. Anyway, it's like Afro-Caribbean. What's an Afro-Caribbean? Somebody from the Caribbean who has African descent. Like, damn, man, shit. So, this neighborhood was 49% non-Hispanic white, which means just American white, Anglo-Saxons and shit. 23% Hispanic of any race. So that means these are white Hispanics, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Belize, like all Hispanics, okay? So there's no classification, okay? 23% Hispanics of any race, 20% black, and 5% Asian. So it's like a very diverse community. Both George Zimmerman and Tracy Martin's fiance were renting homes in the development at the time of the shooting. Now, Tracy Martin's fiance is not Sabrina Ford. That's his new girl. So Tracy was living with her in the retreat at Twin Lakes. Martin had been staying with his father's fiance at the retreat. From January 1st to February 26, 2000. From January 1st, 2011 to February 26, 2012, police were called to the retreat at Twin Lakes 402 times. Now, this is a townhomes. This ain't the projects. Because I know some of y'all live in the projects, or y'all live in a really bad neighborhood, and y'all think, oh, that's nothing. Police always around my neighborhood. No. These are townhomes. This way your your cousin who got a good job and y'all don't see him no more. He moved out in the suburbs, y'all don't see him no more. This where he live at. Okay? You know, when you riding in the car with your wife or your girlfriend and y'all ride past that neighborhood, she said, oh my God, I'd love to live there. It looks so nice and quiet. That's just the retreat at Twin Lakes. Niggas turned that into a ghetto, okay? All right? We're not talking about the projects, okay? This ain't Opalaka. You know what I'm saying? Pork and beans, okay? This is a gated community, a development of townhomes. 20% black. In 1 year's time, the police were called 402 times. Crimes committed at the retreat in the year prior to Martin's death had included 8 burglaries, 9 thefts, and 1 shooting. Twin Lakes residents said there were dozens of reports of attempted break-ins, which had created an atmosphere of fear in the neighborhood. Okay? So you have 402 calls for the police. So that means that there's a lot of petty crimes, like, fights, loitering, maybe shootings where nobody gets hit, because they was going to talk about the shooting where somebody gets hit as a shooting. So, car thefts, kids jumping each other, different stuff like that. Twin Lakes residents said there were dozens of reports of attempted break-ins that had created an atmosphere of fear. So there's an atmosphere of fear in the neighborhood. And you go, oh, that ain't shit. These people ain't move out there paying $250,000 for no damn house to raise their families in, to have it like the projects. These people own this stuff. This ain't like y'all in the projects on public housing and food stamps and WIC and TANF and vouchers and all this shit. This ain't, no, y'all don't give a shit because y'all don't own the shit, so y'all don't give a damn. No, these people care. These people own this shit. They paying on this shit. They care about this neighborhood. That happened in my neighborhood for the last 20 years. We ain't saying nothing. Yeah, because you niggas don't care. These people care. Okay? In September 2011, the Twin Lakes residents held an organizational meeting to create a neighborhood watch program. Zimmerman was selected by neighbors as the program's coordinator, according to Wendy Dorival, neighborhood watch organizer for Sanford Police Department. Zimmerman had made nearly 50 calls to police between 2004 and 2012 to report various local disturbances such as loud parties, open garage doors, potholes, and children playing in the street. So let's say in a 9-year period, George made 50 calls. That's an average of 5 calls a year, 5 to 6 calls a year. Okay? So he was a concerned citizen of that neighborhood. He probably was there before, it started going bad. Because 2004, I'm judging that it was a better neighborhood than now. Can you make that connection? So he's there before it started going bad, before, the black people started moving in. So he's making an average of 5 to 6 calls to the police a year about different things he's seeing in the neighborhood. Okay? All right. Following break-ins in the neighborhood in 2011, Zimmerman calls to police increasingly focused on reporting people he suspected of criminal activity. During the months leading up, and this is what black people, he should have minded his business. Fine. That's how y'all do it in y'all neighborhood. I've lived in neighborhoods, I swear to God, and black folk are like, mind your business. The lady down the street, son died. The lady across the street, son get killed. The lady around the corner, son get killed. Lady 2 blocks over, her son get killed. This all within a couple of months. Mind your business. These people had break-ins and robberies and shit. And they like, fuck that shit. So yeah, I get it, black folk. He should have minded his business. How good is minding your business working for y'all? Just tell me this. How good is minding your business working for y'all in y'all community? So anyway. This is strange behavior from a black man like Tracy Martin, who seems to be like a very conscientious, upstanding black man from all we've seen of him in the press. He's very quiet, never says a word, very stately, seems to be very, when he does speak, it's with, clarity, seems to be very, what y'all call a good brother. And for him to not be involved with this movement to get the crime out the neighborhood is very strange behavior. Okay. So, on each of the calls, Zimmerman offered information about the race of the suspects, only when specifically asked. Okay? So, he never gave any information about the race of the people unless he was specifically asked by the dispatcher. Because the dispatchers, they don't like they did this new thing where they don't like to get into all the racial stuff. But they feel like it's profiling because, they say a black man did something, then they just go lock up, harass every black man within the 20-mile radius and shit. So they stop that shit. So the dispatcher has to ask you. You can't just, they don't want to know nothing about race. Okay? So he only told the suspect's race when he was specifically asked. His report said that all were black males. According to friends and neighbors of Zimmerman, 3 weeks prior to the shooting on February 2nd, which is the Trayvon Martin shooting, Zimmerman called police to report a young man peering into windows at an empty Twin Lakes home. By the time police arrived, the suspect had fled. On February 6th, workers witnessed 2 young black men lingering in the yard of a Twin Lakes resident Around the same time, a new laptop and some gold jewelry was stolen from her home. The next day, police discovered the stolen laptop in the backpack of a young black man whom Zimmerman identified as the same person he spotted peering into the windows on February 2nd. So Zimmerman saw the guy, called the police on him because he was casing a house over there. The guy got away. Some other people a few days later called the police on the guy they saw casing another house. They caught the guy with the stuff out of the house. Okay? With stolen laptop and items out of the house. And it was the same guy George had seen the day before. So George, it's safe to say that George knew what the fuck he was doing. You see you niggas peeking in windows, loitering around. You got your book bag, you know what I'm saying? You loitering around somebody's house. I mean, you know what the fuck a nigga look like when you about to break in somebody's house. Not rocket science. Maybe it is. So anyway, so that's strange behavior, man. I wonder why Tracy didn't get more involved in that. And why black men don't do that more often, man. Oh, okay. Attorney Crump was in the movie too. That's what's up. That Marshall movie. So Tracy's doing his acting here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So the nigga from Black Ink Chicago did the tat of Trayvon for Tracy Martin, and it kind of don't look like Trey for real, for real. Oh God, that tattoo look like that boy. It was good seeing my classmate Tracy Martin on the show. Love the tattoo. Hashtag Black Ink Chicago. Hashtag R.I.P. Trayvon. Is it inappropriate to say Tracy Martin is fine? You black folk are crazy. What do you mean is it inappropriate to say he's fine? Sister, if you think he's fine, then say he's fine. Y'all deified this man like he's some kind of like mythic, asexual creature that you can't, like, y'all black folk do too much. Is it inappropriate to, like, what is he, a god? What is he, Martin Luther King? Is it inappropriate to say that Trayvon? What the fuck is wrong with you Negroes? Is it inappropriate to say Tracy Martin? Sister, if you think he fine, he fine. What the hell are you talking about? What the fuck is wrong with these black people? His son got killed. Most of the black men you meet in life, son have been killed, have a son that has been killed. If they got kids, like, what is she talking about? I know what she's talking about. They done put this man on some kind of pedestal, like he's some kind of ethereal being because he's Trayvon's father or some shit. Strange, man. You Negroes are strange. This person says, at Tracy Martin, you sell out. We know you a Mason. Was that money enough to sacrifice your son? My gosh, the hell wrong with you niggas? Would you say that to that brother? God. A lot of people, like that tattoo. I mean, I think it was cool, other than the fact that he dressed him up like an Egyptian. Like, nigga, you're not Egyptian, you West African. Do a ancestry DNA test. I bet nothing Egyptian comes up. Nothing, and now niggas will be like, that shit rigged, man. So I don't even want you to say that shit. The niggas always got an excuse. That shit rigged. That shit ain't real. They just white supremacy. Oh, fuck that shit. Don't even get an ancestry DNA test. Fuck it. All Egyptians fine. Fuck it. So they were in the movie Martian. Okay. Shout out to them. He was in a movie. He was on Black Ink Crew. Tracy Martin is turning into quite the star, man. He might as well. Why not? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Shit, if these people want you on, because you know what? Nigga, you're a man of very few words. This brother has not sought attention. I can say that. I can't remember nothing he said during the whole time, but just stood there. I don't think he's seeking attention by being in that movie and being on Black Ink Crew. Because nothing else about his behavior has showed that he's an attention whore. He's been very much not an attention whore. So I don't have a problem. What do y'all think about that? Him being in the movie Marshall and him being on Black Ink Crew. What do y'all think about that? You know? What are y'all thoughts on that? And look, let's go to his page. Look, the brother ain't tweeted since September. Okay? He's not like one of these motherfuckers that's out here tweeting every 5 seconds or posting every 5 seconds. Okay? Well, yeah. I don't see no problem. He's not out here looking for attention, man. This brother's not out here looking for attention. You know? All right, guys, man. So Tracy Martin, a lot of strange things surrounding, him. I don't know. Maybe just, update. Peace. Get in the comment section. What are your thoughts?